So I've done some Meisner and scene study classes with Suzanne in the past, and Suzanne reached out and said that she was doing a Chekhov intensive, and my immediate response was, oh great, I love the cherry orchard.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Peters, and I'm here at the Chekhov intensive with Suzanne, and all I really know about it is that we're going to be very physical.
Hi, my name's Ivory. I know very little about the Michael Chekhov technique. I Googled it and kind of went through a little bit, but then decided I was going to mess myself up and I should just show up and learn from Suzanne.
What I do know is it's about using your body, using movement to get more into character, make it more realistic, and find that character through movement and through expression.
I have no prior experience with Michael Chekhov, but I am excited!
I trust Suzanne entirely in her expertise, so I'm really excited to learn all about it.
One thing that I have learned is that it is apparently a movement-based technique that will involve me wearing yoga pants, which nobody wants to see.
We are going to use our imaginations. We're going to use these energetic shifts to change our psychology. You don't have to be able to necessarily physically do something in order to create that shift. If we were limited to what our physical bodies could do and what we could create, or what our physical bodies could experience, then that's very limiting as an artist. This is what energy does. And this is the beginning of the psychophysical work in that idea that all we did was mechanically engineer an opening, right? And it created feelings, or closing it created feelings. This thing that we decided to do, we made a conscious decision to do something, and our psychology changed on us instead of we felt. So that is the basis of the psychophysical work. Expand with a sense of rage.
Energy continuing to contract with that sense of fun, secrecy. Begin to expand with a sense of terror. Energy come back in you with a sense of contentment. When you expand this rage, you can physically, you can let it extend beyond you energetically. Beyond the city, beyond the state, into the ocean.
Tiny little oak tree seed. Can you imagine that with days and years of sunlight as they pass very quickly, you begin to grow.
Begin to move around space as a powerful oak tree.
Whenever it feels right for you, can you explode?
Beyond the beyond, while allowing your physical body to shrink.
Can you physically expand while keeping that energy contracted?
And that energy is getting bigger. Bigger is about the size of this room. With your physical body in a 4, can you bring your energy back to a 9? Imagine that you are lying in very thick mud. To get yourself up from this mud that is enveloping you. You can move your fingers through your shoulders, your knees, your hips. You're very buoyant, floating on water, and perhaps sound. What if a gust of wind came and took you away, and suddenly you're up in the air? it makes it like pop for us. Okay, off in your corners. What are you working with?
Okay, so I'm working with sunlight and radiating sunlight. So it's kind of funny, like parts where it's like dramatic and stuff. But she's sunlight, so you don't love me? Okay, like that.
I love it.
So that's fun. It gives me like room to explore.
I sound like a show pony.
You are rather jumpy, so assured.
I was water.
I can protect you.
You were
Sunlight.
A whole lot of things.
Nice.
yeah.
Like the undulation coming from you on the water.
And the water was like
I
slow.
and it was really hard not to pull down.
She was drawing me in a little bit. Then I'm like settling, and I'm just like a little eddy around her.
I watched it for you. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
it was really
I don't know what's happening, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and that was.
You push with your hips. And what if you push with your shoulder? One shoulder. Energy come all the way from the earth through your body. Push with your whole backside. There, can you be a pushover? Can you push someone around? The energy is coming from the earth through your body. Just pull. Pull that window down. That's really heavy. Can you pull something just with one finger? Can you pull the plug on something? Can you pull someone's heartstrings? Great. And can you just using your backside, can you pull someone along with you? Oh yeah. Pull them with you. You know they're following you. You don't even have to look. You can look at it just to show you one. How was that? Fun. Did anyone find a connection? What were you doing?
Pulling on your shoulders. What I'll say is like just nobody has the shoulder. It's like nobody can feel like a sound.
Good. What were you doing? I was veil pulling with my eyelashes. So. Yeah. Did you feel the pull? Yeah. I love it. Okay. Good. So anybody else have a connection? Yeah.
Well, mine was pulling with my upper lip, and that made me feel like really insecure.
So just think of like all of the energy coming from the ground up through your body, through your fingertips, and smash. And can you smash slowly? Smash something between your fingers. You just want to seductively smash something down. You can just maybe lift a big handful of feathers off the ground. What about when you lift a baby out of a crib? Can you lift a screaming tantrum child up?
Now look here.
Can you lift somebody's spirits? Those of you going to get married, you are smashing. You are smashing. And those of you who are pinpointing are lifting. Yeah, you got a ball and just throw it. Be any sort of ball you want. Yeah. And can you throw shade at someone?
And I've seen it in other actors when they're playing a quality, it's a big turnoff for me. When those two things were combined, the archetypal gesture, in essence, in action, and then you layer on a quality, then it works. Then it felt truthful.
And rather than focusing so much on what's my line and how do I connect, I just was you know, how would water say this? How would water, you know, do this? Like what we were doing in the exercises. And it was incredible. It gave another dimension to my character.
Your body's leading you through the motions as opposed to like the words leading you through something and you being really analytical about it. So that's kind of the most like exciting part.
In the middle of our scene, Suzanne would call out different gestures for us to switch to. And it was really neat to feel the difference and also portray those gestures within the character and also be on the receiving end of my scene partner.
And allow that to affect your breath. Allow that to affect your hips and your stomach and your ribs and your shoulders. What if you wanted to greet somebody? Let's start allowing our arms to give way completely to gravity. One at a time. Falling. So gravity kind of takes them. Whoa. Where you are, can you imagine that your heart is falling? You're somewhere in between falling and floating. You are trying to balance. You want to be floating, but you are falling. So you are trying to remain balanced. To balance, see if you can let some air out. Perhaps it's out. Right, and because you're an answer, you have to balance. So right now you're pretending to lose your balance. I want you to actually lose your balance. In that, the balancing is this like, there's a lot of control, but a desire for control. It sounds like your breath and your chest are as well as you're good. On no. No.
Like, I don't feel comfortable being emotionally off balance at all. So to try and use the physical sensation to like affect the emotion is like a really different thing.
Yeah. Now, as you're moving this chair around, might you also take time to notice its beauty? Oftentimes what happens is when you begin to recognize the beauty, the ease comes more naturally. What we're going to add on now is this awareness of form. Recognize the beauty in the form as well. Perhaps one form inspires your beginning, middle, end to the next form. Finding the beauty in the fact that there seems to be an unending supply of forms.
It's just so nice to like to appreciate the form and the sensuality that comes out.
Yeah. Where's the beauty? Where's the ease? Am I working with the feeling of ease, or have I tensed up around something for some reason? Where's the entirety? What's the form? And knowing that we have the ability also as artists to transform by the form that we create or the form that we allow to be seen.
Circle back around the front.
So over the top, it's like such joy.
Yeah, he had logic on his side.
felt like there was a lot of variation that I found within those two, and sort of like reaching the other person and even like dragging the other person with him to try and make his point a little bit.
There's no end. It is continuous. We allow some sound to come out. And can you reach someone? And can you let that come into your hips? So your hips are dancing. And your knees. And your breath in your breath. Limbs along. Moving with staccato. Can you give someone staccato directions? Where you are stuck. Can you breathe in that stillness without moving anything? Can you allow it to be filled with breath? Or can you allow yourself to randomly incorporate staccato, legato, lyrical, which was the one that was like music and stillness? Just however it comes out. You keep that inner chaos and move in a staccato way. He is externally chaotic, internally
There's something inherently comedic about going from staccato to still. I noticed it in other people, and then I noticed when I did it, there was a laugh. I was like, oh, okay, that's funny.
Suzanne suggested that we look at nature to see where we see these rhythms happening in the natural world, and I just thought that was really cool. So I'm looking forward to just having a life that stares at, crickets and thinking about how they move and how I can bring that into my work.
And I really enjoyed working on different rhythms and things like that, because I think that's something that we can get caught up in as actors, is sort of staying with our own rhythm.
over the hills, over the ocean, just with ease, sending it beyond what you can even imagine. Just feel that bubble of energy. And can you take that vibrating energy that we created and begin to walk around the room? Hello.
I feel like I'm ready to go.
Good! Because there is a neutral that is like nothing is happening. And that's a really hard place to work from. You're now ready for a peak performance. In the center of that self, ideal artistic center, this sphere, this energetic sphere, invite it, anything that we want, any image that we want, to enter this ideal artistic center and inspire us. Enter this graveyard at midnight. Bubble, and it is replaced by warm sunshine. Fill that bubble with an ocean of circling sharks.
The first one was we were in a subway and everyone got off the train at the same time. What was our second one?
The second one, we were in a canoe, like in the middle of a lake, and we had lost one of our oars.
No.
Let's get down some Twister. What do you think about that?
No,
You want Twister?
No.
Color.
I'm gonna pass.
I'll start. What is
Okay, good.
tornado?
Tornado. The atmosphere of a tornado.
The personal atmospheres, and then maybe having contrasting atmospheres in a scene where someone has a personal atmosphere of maybe fear and the other person has a personal atmosphere of maybe of enthusiasm, and those clash, and the three sisters and the four brothers, and incorporating those. I think these are such great tools that are now giving me a different aspect to add to my characters, and it's really exciting, and it's given me more to work on. I know I have a ton to work on to get these concepts down, but it's really exciting and I'm learning a ton.
So I had the best time picking a noun out of a hat that I didn't know I was going to select, and then portraying it in an improv scene. It was just a blast to do that.
And then we got sidetracked about the distinction between cappuccino and cappuccino.
At a Pizza Hut.
Bravo.
Tide coming and going.
And pillows.
And pillows.
And candles and a bonfire.
Good
All these animals out the motherfucking cages. You want me to get it?
Yeah, get it.
Listen,
Boom.
we're gonna have a party.
A dolphin party.
What color are they?
What color?
Do you know?
Do you know?
I say gray.
So she's blind, right?
We're gonna kidnap a dolphin. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna interrogate it.
Butterscotch. Candy.
Yeah, butterscotch candy party.
And how about you? What is your name?
Derek.
Hi. Oh. No, it's fine. What is? Did you have an issue?
I just can't hear you.
Derek.
Okay, great. Thank you, Derek. And can you tell us a little about yourself?
What is your biggest dream in life? To sail the Paris.
To touch the king.
To be on Broadway. Oh,
I'm living my dream.
well, since you're out there, why don't you stay out there, love? All right, and the two of you, perhaps you can meet here and try to get what you want.
Hello, it's me and it's you. You're making me very nervous. Do you have an appointment? I like your smile.
Thank you.
Have you seen my father?
Good! And let us, with the removal of these costume pieces, take that character we created and throw it up into the iPad of imagination to be there for you later, because those are some awesome characters. What if that was a steel-tipped, piercing nose? And maybe you might allow a phrase to come out. Might you say your name, guys? Swirling, confused knees. And what if your hips were quickly penetrating?
Money today. What'd you do? Tomorrow.
What'd you do last night? And let me open you up to the idea that your center could be outside of your body. Perhaps your center is between your legs or under your armpits. Dancing, bird chest. Great.
I found that the work that we did stepping into the character at the end of class last week was great, because seeing the character in front of us being described by you almost made it so easy to just jump in and be that character when I knew what, for example, the ankles looked like or how he held his arms.
But I want to win, so I do this to get what I want so that I don't fail. So I do this so that I'll win because I don't want to fail, so I'm going to do this. Play around. If I encapsulate all possibilities for your character, repeat it. Let the gesture happen in one breath. Beginning, middle, end.
We really got into psychological gestures and how they can affect your performance, and I'm totally into it. I would kind of call it like a running start, and I'm totally into that.
I mean, I love this.
Yeah, good.
This is awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Once I grasp it and then get faster, I think it's
Because a lot of actors work in two constantly. It helps us understand the inner workings, the psychology of the character, to see where they are actually putting their focus in that moment for one reason or another.
It isn't quite as bad as that, but it is very, very serious.
I mean, for me.
Perhaps for us both. Helping people, helping them to see, helping them to feel.
There can be no two opinions about it. I am having the most discouraging morning.
Not yet. That not yet is the most sinister thing that I've ever heard.
The psychological gesture I have found to be very helpful to get me unstuck. Trusting the process, trusting the higher self, the higher ego that we talk about, trusting that it's all there.
I wanted to get a toolbox. I have so many ways, exercises of getting out of my head and putting them into the character to have like really incredible, full, rich characters. And on top of that, like challenging things that I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's too hard. And that is exactly what I should be working on.
I've really enjoyed your style of teaching. You've created an environment of very little pressure, very little judgment, which is very necessary as an actor to be able to let go. I think we create a lot of that for ourselves, so it's good to work in an environment where that truly feels like a non-issue. So thank you for that.
This is exciting. This is great. I love this technique.